my name is Abby, and welcome back to my office. So today I wanted to discuss a hot topic in the world right now, and that is a broker fee. So, full disclosure, in a past life, I was a real estate agent in both New York City and Boston. So let's go over what is a broker fee. Well, when you go to rent an apartment, there may be what's called a broker fee. And basically, what you're doing is you're paying for the broker or the agent to list the property. The agent is going to schedule showings. You'll be able to view the apartment with the agent, and the agent will be the one that sends you the lease and does the negotiation on behalf of the landlord. The agent is the liaison between the landlord and the potential renter, or you. So the broker fee pays for the agent's work. In New York City, it's common for brokers and agents to have exclusive listings. So what that means is they work directly for the landlord. They're going to post the apartment on behalf of the landlord on StreetEasy or wherever, and they're going to be responsible for renting the property. You don't necessarily have to hire an agent to end up paying this broker fee, because if the landlord hires the agent to rent the apartment, you may end up paying either half or all of the broker fee. And this may sound a bit unfair, and that's true, but people forget all the work that goes into being a real estate agent. In Massachusetts, the broker fee is capped at 1 month's rent. So that's the most the broker fee will ever be, equal to 1 month's rent. Sometimes the landlord will pay it, sometimes the landlord will pay half, and sometimes the tenant will pay it. In New York City, it's common for the broker fee to be 15% of 1 year's lease or more. So that is a lot of money. That is far more than 1 month's rent. If I just do some quick math here, that's typically about 1.5 months of rent. Why do we pay this fee if the landlord is hiring the agents to work on their behalf? Well, the truth is because they can. The landlord is not responsible for paying the broker fee, and they'll only do it if they want to. In my opinion, it should be half and half most of the time, where the landlord hires the agent, they pay half the broker fee, and when you rent the apartment for the agent's work, then you pay half too. So let's get into what does it mean if you want to negotiate the fee. So a lot of times in New York City, since the fee is so high, people do want to negotiate it. But the problem is you're asking the agent, hey, can I pay you less for what you're doing for me? So it's a pretty hard bargain to drive. It makes more sense to negotiate that the landlord pay half, because the landlord's the one that hired them anyway. Many times, and specifically in my experience in renting in New York, the agent that is hired by the landlord won't even show up to the showings, and you barely communicate with them. They do send you the lease, but then ultimately you're paying this huge broker fee. And that's not how I used to run things. When I was an agent, I would always be at every single showing, and I really did work for that broker fee. So can you get apartments without a fee? Well, yes, there are no fee apartments. And on StreetEasy, which is the common app used for New York City apartment hunting, you can filter by no fee apartments. Honestly, I would recommend it because in my experience, the broker doesn't really do much work for you. So why should you pay it? And I totally hear that. All they're doing is listing the apartment and sending you the lease and potentially negotiating between you and the landlord. But that is not worth 15% of 1 year's lease, in my opinion. So every apartment I've had in New York City has been a no-fee apartment. But now let's talk about Boston. So specifically in Boston, in my experience in Boston, it is pretty hard to find a no-fee apartment in Boston. And it's more like you hire a real estate agent, and the agent will take you to multiple different places and find the best apartment for you. For that, I definitely feel like brokers and agents deserve the broker fee that they earn. And in my experience in Boston, no-fee apartments are usually not very nice. It's best to find a broker fee apartment, work with an agent, and then the longer you stay at the unit, the more the broker fee can be spread across multiple years and therefore become a better deal for you. In New York, mostly there are open houses, or you schedule your own appointments and just show up with the tenants. The agents aren't always there, and that's why I think there is a major difference between the extremely high broker fee in New York and why that doesn't make much sense compared to Boston. However, Boston is a renter-friendly state and New York is not. I do think in the future that the laws will change and that landlords will be responsible for paying the broker fee. But that is just my opinion. Good luck with your apartment search, and I will see you tomorrow.